Here's everything that happens to Mark right after the events of the Invincible War and his fight against Conquest. First start with Mark waking up in the hospital inside of the Pentagon with Eve standing over him and him asking how long it's been since he's been knocked out, and she tells him it's been a total of 3 days. Eve then explains to Mark that the reason that she was able to survive the brutal attack from Conquest is because her mental block that is involved with her powers is taken away whenever she's about to get unalived. Then Mark and Adam Eve begin to start having freaky time before they're interrupted by Mark's mom, Debbie. Meanwhile, Cecil has taken all the bodies of the alternate versions of Invincible and has begun the process of turning them into Reanimen. And Cecil has Mark stand over the body of Conquest in order to confirm that he has actually finished him off for good. Then Eve tells Mark that she has to leave because for Explod's funeral is today since he ended up whacking himself during the Invincible War, and Mark asks if he can tag along. We see many of the Guardians of the Globe and the superheroes of the world standing sadly as Robot begins to memorialize Rex with a speech, basically telling us that he's going to take on Rex's name in order to honor him from now on. Just before Eve reminds us how much of a bop she was before meeting Mark. In the middle of her bop speech, Mark basically tells her that he's just glad that she's alive, and then she shuts herself up and starts making out with them. And Mark and Eve go back to their place, and Eve ends up giving Mark some of that Adamussy. Just before we see that Cecil is actually lying to Mark and that Conquest is still being kept alive, hidden within the facility, so he can extract information from him.